Marcus Aurelius is remembered as one of the most remarkable leaders in human history, not because he conquered vast lands or built spectacular monuments, but because he mastered himself. A Roman emperor who ruled from 161 to 180 CE, he is known as the last of the 5 good emperors, a Stoic philosopher, and the author of Meditations, a timeless manual for inner strength. His life is a powerful example of how clarity, discipline, humility, and moral courage can guide a person through chaos. This biography explores his early life, rise to power, achievements, personal struggles, philosophical outlook, and the practical lessons we can apply today. Early life, a child marked for greatness. Marcus Aurelius was born on April 26, 121 CE, into a prominent and wealthy Roman family. His father died when he was very young, making him the ward of influential relatives and eventually of Emperor Hadrian. Hadrian recognized Marcus's potential early. He admired the boy's calm demeanor, keen intelligence, and unusual seriousness for his age. Hadrian referred to him affectionately as Verissimus, the most truthful one. Marcus was not raised as a soldier, but as a scholar. He studied rhetoric, law, literature, and most importantly, philosophy. By his teens, he was already drawn to modest living. He slept on a simple bed, wore plain clothing, and preferred quiet study over the pleasures of elite Roman life. His dedication to self-discipline impressed everyone around him. In 138 CE, Emperor Hadrian adopted Antoninus Pius as his successor on the condition that Antoninus adopt Marcus Aurelius. With this decision, Marcus was placed directly in line for the throne. Yet even as he prepared for power, Marcus kept a philosopher's heart. What he wanted most was to live a life of thought, not to rule an empire. But duty, not desire, guided his choices. Rise to power. The reluctant emperor. Marcus married Faustina, the daughter of Antoninus Pius, and worked closely with his adoptive father in matters of state. When Antoninus Pius died in 161 CE, Marcus became emperor, though he insisted that his adoptive brother Lucius Verus share the throne with him. This was unusual in Roman history and shows Marcus's humility. He refused to rule alone when another had equal claim. His reign, however, was not peaceful. Almost immediately, the empire faced challenges. A devastating plague, likely smallpox, spread across the empire. Germanic tribes invaded Roman borders. Parthia challenged Roman authority in the east. Economic strain and political instability grew. Yet Marcus remained calm. He applied Stoic principles daily, guiding the empire with a steady hand. His major achievements as emperor. Despite the enormous hardships, Marcus Aurelius achieved much during his rule. 1. He maintained stability in times of crisis. Rome during his reign experienced war, disease, and economic turbulence. Marcus responded with rational leadership rather than fear or harshness. He reorganized the military, strengthened defenses, and traveled personally to the front lines to lead troops, unusual for an emperor. 2. He advanced justice and humanity in governance. Marcus was known for reducing harsh punishments, protecting slaves from cruelty, limiting the excess power of wealthy elites, supporting the poor during famine and disease. His decisions were marked by fairness and compassion. 3. He wrote Meditations, a gift to humanity. Perhaps his greatest legacy is not political, but philosophical. While on military campaigns, often in cold and brutal conditions, he wrote a series of personal reflections that later became Meditations. These writings were not meant for publication. They were reminders for himself, a private collection of thoughts about self-control, purpose, and human nature. Yet today, Meditations is one of the most influential books ever written. 4. He preserved the Roman Empire. Through strategic defense, diplomacy, and extraordinary endurance, Marcus held together an empire facing immense pressure. It is widely believed that if not for his leadership, Rome might have collapsed earlier. His philosophy, Stoicism in action. Marcus Aurelius was a Stoic in the deepest sense. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. It emphasizes virtue, discipline, reason, and inner peace. His writings reveal the core pillars of his philosophy. 1. Control what you can, accept what you cannot. Marcus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This idea guided him through war, plague, and loss. The world was chaotic, but his mind remained anchored. 2. Live according to virtue. For Marcus, virtue meant justice, courage, self-discipline, wisdom. These, he believed, are the only true goods in life. Wealth, fame, and status are temporary and unreliable. 3. Life is short. Use it well. Marcus experienced death constantly. Friends, children, soldiers. This sharpened his sense of urgency. Do every act of your life as though it were the last. He did not see this as morbid, but motivating. Every day was a chance to live honorably. 4. Treat others with kindness, because they are part of the same human community. He believed all people share a common nature. Even when others acted selfishly, he reminded himself, they act out of ignorance. Be patient. 5. Hardships are opportunities for growth. Marcus faced more hardship than most emperors, but he saw adversity as a training ground. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is one of the most famous Stoic ideas. Obstacles are fuel for progress. Struggles and personal challenges. Though he appears superhuman, Marcus's life was filled with pain. He suffered from chronic illness, likely stomach problems. He lost many of his children in infancy or youth. His wife Faustina died, leaving him in grief. He spent much of his reign on cold military frontiers rather than in Rome. He faced betrayal and political tension, and yet he wrote with enormous calmness and compassion. His greatness did not come from an easy life, but from his response to a difficult one. His death and legacy. Marcus Aurelius died on March 17, 180 CE, while on military campaign. His death is often seen as the end of Rome's golden age. His son Commodus succeeded him, a ruler whose cruelty and instability contributed to Rome's decline. Many historians argue that if Marcus had not been bound by familial loyalty, he would have chosen a wiser successor. Nevertheless, Marcus's legacy has endured for centuries. He is remembered as the ideal philosopher-king, something even Plato believed was almost impossible. What we can learn from Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius lived almost 2,000 years ago, but his lessons are urgently relevant today. 1. Master yourself before you try to master the world. Marcus ruled an empire, but his true work was ruling his own impulses: anger, fear, ego, desire. Today we are surrounded by distraction, pressure, and emotional triggers. His reminder is simple: if you can control your mind, you can control your life. 2. Turn obstacles into opportunities. Marcus did not complain about adversity. He faced war, disease, political turmoil, and personal loss, yet he used each hardship to strengthen his character. We can apply this by turning setbacks into lessons, treating criticism as feedback, using failure as a step forward. The obstacles in our lives can become our greatest sources of growth. 3. Practice humility, even when successful. Marcus was emperor of the most powerful empire in the world, and still wrote reminders to himself not to let arrogance control him. In work, business, and relationships, humility creates trust and resilience. 4. Focus on what truly matters. Reputation, wealth, appearance, popularity. Marcus considered these distractions. He believed the real measure of a person lies in virtue and character. In our age of social media and comparison, his lesson is life-saving. Focus on being good, not looking good. 5. Live in the present moment. Marcus constantly warned himself against drifting into regrets of the past or anxieties about the future. This mindset can help us reduce stress and increase productivity. Whether at work or at home, being present brings greater clarity. 6. Keep your mind calm in chaos. Even as empire-wide crises surrounded him, Marcus wrote in a tone of deep serenity. He taught himself, and now teaches us, that calmness is a skill, not a gift. Practices such as journaling, reflection, pausing before reacting, and focusing on reason over emotion help us remain steady. Conclusion: the eternal relevance of the Philosopher-King. Marcus Aurelius was not just a historical figure, he is a mentor across time. His life proves that true strength is not loud, but disciplined, not aggressive, but wise, not self-centered, but humble. He showed that leadership begins with integrity, that adversity can become purpose, and that philosophy is not merely theory, but a way of living every moment with clarity. Nearly 2 millennia later, meditation still speaks to us because the challenges of human life have not changed. We still struggle with anger, fear, ambition, loss, and uncertainty. And like Marcus, we must learn to navigate them with a steady mind. If we adopt even a fraction of his mindset, controlling our inner world, acting with virtue, staying calm in adversity, we move closer to becoming the kind of person who can face anything life brings. And in doing so, we honor the legacy of the last great philosopher-king of Rome. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.